But Python is a programming language known for its simplicity, readability, and Python is widely used for web development, data analysis, and machine learning. In a nutshell, Python is a helpful and an approachable tool to empower you to make your computer do what you want. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced programmer, it is a great choice for anyone who wants to dive into the world of coding. So, I am Shanti Iyer here, working as the Senior Academic Associate at Uni Athena, welcoming you all once again today's webinar on Single Day Masterclass with Python. Without further delay, let's welcome our panelist, Mr. Deepak Kumar Chaudhary, who is an assistant professor at KGILS Institute of Technology in India. He is an enthusiastic educator with 14 years of experience who has pioneered innovative teaching methods and also he is an accomplished researcher specializing in technologies like Internet of Things, cybersecurity, machine learning, and deep learning, which are the prominent technologies nowadays. So it's an honor to me to extend a warm welcome to you, Mr. Manideepak sir, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gracious introduction. I thank Uni Athena for giving me this opportunity to be part of this live webinar. And I thank also my management, KGSL Institute of Technology, for allowing me to be the one of the panelists in this live webinar on single day masterclass with Python. So hope we'll move on with this session. So is my audio is loud and clear, ma'am?
Yes, you are clear.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So single day masterclass with Python. So Python. So nowadays, if we see many languages come across our life from the day we started seeing the computers. We come across many languages starting from C, Java, JavaScript. So many languages has evolved in past 10 years or so. So why this Python? If we go out for any of the project centers or any of the training institutes or any of the colleges where we enter into, they ask for Python. What is Python? Why this is so we'll come to know through at the end of the presentation why the Python is more popular than any other languages which is being evolved here. Since this Python forms the base for all other languages which is evolving around the Python. So that makes Python more valuable and popular one. So let's move on. So this is my agenda of presentation. So why Python? So Python as a superior language, why it is considered as a superior language? What are the advantages taken into account for the Python and disadvantages? So if we take in a language, there will be merits and demerits also. Last, the applications of Python. Then we move on with the real demo how Python works. So I'll be keeping you with the demo session, like which tools are available, so how it can be used and how it can be utilized to bring out your Python enthusiasm. So here is, so why Python? So many languages has evolved as given by the Statistica chart. It shows Python has higher percentage of usage or higher percentage of popular language. And if you see the symbol of Python, it's two snakes which is being dwelling all together. So from this logo itself, it is clear that Python provides more and more flexible kind of thing and more integrated kind of environment where you can develop more and more codes easily and flexibly. So this is the main reason why Python is becoming more popular. So it has pushed all the other languages, like which is more useful and more powerful, like C Sharp, Java, JavaScript. Before Python enters into the world, it's Python. Basically, it has entered by the year of 2000. After 2010, only the Python has started evolving. So before that, Java, C Sharp, R programming, TypeScript, JavaScript. So like that, languages has evolved more. So this Python in past 10 years, it has taken a huge impact on other languages. But which doesn't mean that this has downgraded all other languages. Python has its uniqueness. So that's why Python became a popular language. What is Python? So here is a small video which I will share you, and you will come to know why Python is more popular and what is all about.
Deepak sir, sorry to interrupt. The audio is missing.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
I also shared the audio, ma'am. Now it's clear, ma'am.
No, we cannot hear it.
Just a minute, ma'am. Is my audio is audible, ma'am?
Yes, your audio is audible.
Just is it now it also audible, ma'am?
No, it is not. I think you can explain with that. Your voice is audible. So, Deepak sir.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay. So this video is all about what is Python, where it is used, and as it is said here, so you can see it can be useful for software engineers, mathematicians, data analysts, scientists, accountants, network engineers, etc. So, so it is basically used to automate your things, and also you can download files. It can be used to download or parse them. Parsing means it is converting your data actually into a content which can be used by securely transferred between the uh, so, parties or to users who are want to communicate with them. So it totally it can be automated. So this also does, as I said before, data analysis can be done, artificial intelligence and machine learning can be processed, automation can be done as mechanization. So it also can be used to develop mobile apps, desktop applications. Testing also can be done, and hacking is that hacking basically ethical hacking based things can be processed. So why Python? So here are the few reasons which gives you more intent about why Python is being used. The first reason is solve complex problems in lesser time. When we take other languages like Java, JavaScript, PHP, C, C++, C Sharp, so when compared to that languages, Python gives more lesser number of time and fewer line of codes to solve the complex problems. For example, if you take So we want to, for example, here is a string called as hello world. So we want to get the substring from this. So in different languages, different kind of codes can be used. So for example, if you see in C sharp, it is str.substring of 0, 3. In JavaScript, the thing says is the object dot substring is sub str of 0, 3. In Python, it's just a single line of variable with the index values. So in the demo session, we'll come to know how this single line of codes are being used. So it makes a lot of trivial things into a simple way. Um, the major reasons are it's high level. There is a huge community which is following Python. It's a cross-platform based language, and the large ecosystem is available. And if you want to work it out on complex problems, Python is the best suited one. And it is also a cross platform one. And the memory usage is also less when compared to other languages like C, C Sharp, C++, Java, JavaScript, etc. So, in a nutshell, if we say that is from now on in 20 years, Python is going to rule the world. Already it has started. 10 years before it has been said that Python will be ruling the world. Now it has started ruling the world. So from 20 years on now, Python will be the whole, and other languages will be a part of this Python language. So it is also said that a multi-purpose language with simple, beginner-friendly syntaxes. So when we consider C, C++, Java, we have to go through a lot of syntaxes to get a simple hello world program to be done. But for Python, it's not required so much effort to be put on to get a simple hello world program to be run. Simple syntaxes are available to make your program simple one and flexible one and easier one to incorporate. So as a big picture, we see C Sharp, JavaScript, now comes the Python. So Python is going to rule the world hereafter. And as of now, that is, this is regarding from Indeed in March 2018. As of now, as of today, the salary for a Python data scientist is more than $200, $200,000. So this is the basic pay which is a data scientist is getting who's a Python programmer. So this is about Python. So now let's move on with ma'am, is this my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the next comes why Python is a superior language. So these are the 10 major features which is to be considered why Python is more superior when compared to other languages. That is great for prototyping. Prototyping is nothing but it's a design, the way in which you code the language. Easy to learn when compared to other languages like Java, JavaScript, or any other languages which is being evolved before Python. So this is more easier to learn. Next is dynamic typing. This is one of the major feature of Python language where we can see if we type a syntax which is you don't know whether it is correct or not, and if you give the enter key, you will get immediately the answer for it or an error. So that becomes more uh, programming easier one and also makes you flexible with the code. The next is high level language. As we said, all the languages are high level language. Python is also a high level language where you code in the simple English, what do you know? And another major thing is other languages are licensed one, like Java, JavaScript, PHP, and C, C++, and all licensed versions. Python is purely an open source one. The next one is readability. So the thing is, when you code a simple hello world program in Python and a simple hello world program in C, you could see the readability capability of how the Python can be is more readable enough. The next is simplicity. As I said, this easy to learn one is same as simplicity. You can easily code a complex program into a simple program itself. So hardly for if you take a factorial of a number, if you're doing it in a C program, it will require around 10 to 15 lines. But here it requires 3 to 4 lines of code. The next one is versatility. That is, it can be used wherever you can deploy it. So that is the phrase which I need to insist on. It can be used wherever you can deploy it. The thing is, you can code here and can use it anywhere else. That is the case for versatility. And Python is evolving as a larger community one. The last one is cross-platform. Python is not meant to be done for only Windows operating system oriented. It can be run on Unix or in MacBook, so etc. Any kind of operating system, you can run the Python code. Simply, it must be acceptable one. So this is why Python is said to be a superior language. So hope you come to know why Python is a superior language. Is there any queries I'd like to take till this?
I think we can take
So I
question
got
answer
one
session. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay, sure. So the next advantages. So advantages, we'll say it as merits of Python as a language. So here we are considering Python as a language. So that means first of all, it will we come to the thing which come to our mind is that it is easy to learn. Yeah, it is easy to learn. Also, it is easy to use. The next one is improves productivity. As and when considered to Java or JavaScript or any other language like C, C++, the productivity cost is less, and also the production of languages or the code is higher when compared to the other languages I said before. Then it's an interpreted language. So interpreted, which means we can easily interact, and also we can come up with the solution then and there. So if a single line of code is being written, the next line itself, we can get the result. So that kind of language is Python, and it's purely open source. So you can change the language according to your need or your application environment, and it is easily portable. That is cross-platform. So the thing is cross-platform, easily portable. These two are different things. Cross-platform is nothing but you can run on any other operating system. Easily portable. You can take this file from here to anywhere else. So that is major advantage. Massive libraries. As and when we consider Java, JavaScript, PHP, C Sharp, that is .NET programming, C, C++. So Python has huge number of libraries. When you code, you start code, you will come to know that. And easy to integrate. You can integrate this Python language with any other language also. So another major thing, C can be done for C only. C++ only for object-oriented programming. Java, it's a fully object-oriented programming. Python is both. And using Java, you can do only small set of codes. Using C++, small set of codes. Using C, small set of codes. But Python can be developed for different kind of applications, starting from your simple hello world program till a website application. You can use Python. So that is the major thing we will say easy to integrate. So this is about the advantages of Python. Next, disadvantages of Python. So as and when we consider a language, there will be merits and demerits. When considering merits, there will be also demerits, which we need to take into account. The thing is, it will be the speed of the language compilation or language giving the output will be low, and inefficient memory consumption. So as I said, memory usage will be less, but we go for higher end applications like website, web development, web services, or data analytics kind of thing, the memory consumption usage will be higher. Within mobile devices, as we consider your basic, you could come across a basic Nokia mobile, that is 1100, if you are aware of it. Since if you are a 90s kids, you would be aware of it. So that basic Nokia 1100 works on C programming. So that kind of compatibility is not possible with Python. It can be only used in higher end mobiles. And as it said, it is difficult to access the database. So as any other language, this language is also prone to database errors. And the last one, it is also causes runtime errors if the library is not being correctly mapped to the coding or program. So these are the major disadvantages which and when you consider to be when you do programming through Python language. So the next comes applications of Python, and this is just a reminder that so after the presentation is over, we will be going with a demo session wherein you could get a clear idea why Python is so popular. So applications of Python, as I said before, that is used to develop web applications, desktop GUI applications. Web application is nothing but web pages, websites, web services, that kind of applications. Desktop based GUI applications like your PowerPoint presentations or any other applications which you require files to be uploaded and output to be generated. That kind of applications can be generated through Python. Console based applications is also available. That is, you are giving a command, the output is getting. So based on the command based applications is also possible in Python language development. Also, Python is used to develop softwares also. Next, scientific and numeric. That is DNA processing or genome processing, genome analytics, DNA analytics, like that scientifically proven problems can be done through Python. Numerical processing also can be done, like your algebraic quadratic equation solving, your integral calculus, differential calculus, like that. Numerical problems can also be done through Python. Business oriented applications, that is statistical analysis, like your ANOVA, chi square test, that is statistics based analysis, can also be done through your Python. And it also used to develop audio video presentations, animations, game development is also possible in your uh, through your Python. Also, the other application which is coming into existence, into popularity, is 3D printing. So this is also capable through your Python. And your 3D designs, your mechanization of products, your automation of products, your vehicles or automobiles, which you have to develop as a product. You can develop it as a virtual product or an image or an application or a design through 3D CAD applications also, which is also possible in Python. The next is enterprise applications like payroll management system, attendance management system. That kind of applications also being carried out through Python. Finally, as and when, as Shanti ma'am already pointed out in the introduction, it is used for advanced analytical processing also, that is image processing. So from the image, extraction of features or facial expressions or action recognitions, that kind of applications also possible through your Python coding. So hope you have come across what is Python. So hope you are ready with the real Python coding. So now I'll just go through the tools which can be used. So first of all, we'll go with the desktop based tool. Then we'll move on with online tool which is available. So there are many online compilers. Rather, Google also has supported one online tool which is more useful when compared to other online compilers. So first we'll go with the desktop tool. I'll share the screen now. Hope the screen is visible to all. Ma'am, is the screen is visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, ma'am, okay. So, Python, as and when it is said, it is an open source. So, the desktop-based application requires an IDE, that is integrated development environment, where you can develop any kind of applications through this tool. So, for this, first we have to download it and install it. So the downloading and installing process is so simple. So first I will go with that process. So https://www.python.org. So this is the site wherein you can download your Python tools. Please make a note of it. So here, if you go, there is an option called as downloads. So the latest version for Windows is Python 3.12, and 3.9 above versions cannot be used in Windows 7. So please make a note of it if you are using Windows 7 OS in your system. So maximum all the people will be using above Windows 7 only. So this is just a caution. So below 3.9 only Windows 7 will support. So just download it, and if you give install, step-by-step procedures will be coming. Just install it, you will get the Python uh, into your laptop or desktop, whichever you are using. And once you open it, you will get this IDE. So as I said, Python is an open source and it's an interpreted language. So Python can be used in two modes. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. Interactive mode is through
Sorry to
commands
bother
you
you, sir.
can just,
Sorry to
yeah,
disturb.
ma'am.
Some suggestions are coming to
Yeah,
make the
ma'am.
font size older, bigger.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, ma'am. I'll make it in Notepad, and then since this doesn't give any options, ma'am, so I'll make it the thing in a Notepad, and I'll run the command in ma'am.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Or else I will see, ma'am. Just a minute. Is now it is visible, ma'am? The screen size is the font
Yes,
size
yes,
is bigger.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. The thing is, if you want to change the font size also, you go to option, configure ideally, and you will get the font here. You can change the font. So that's the thing. So sorry for the inconvenience. So the thing is, you can do it in two modes. One is interactive mode, another one is in script mode. Interactive mode is nothing but the one which we do here in the ideally starting page. The script mode is we'll open a file and then give the code, run, and see the output here. So I'll show a simple example here. So before moving on to this, as it is a language, we have different type of data types available. So when we consider the language, you would have come across data types such as integers, float, double, string, etc. Structures and unions also. These are basic data types. And you would have come across derived data types such as arrays, pointers. So that type of data types also you would have come across. So like and when, here also Python has different data types. So considering different data types, here we have four major data types. One is int, another one is float, the next one is boolean, next one is boolean, which is bool. These are basic primitive numeric data types. So these two we'll say basic primitive numeric data types. Integer is thing which accepts positive and negative whole numbers or positive and negative values without any decimal point. That is integer. Float, the decimal floating point values such as decimal values. So when we consider other languages like Java, JavaScript, or C++, we won't come across this highlight kind of thing. If you run your code in C, C++ and Java and all, if you see, we cannot differentiate between the keywords and the normal words what we use. So that is a major thing when which has to be considered in Python. So let's move on with this. So one by one data types I will let you know. So this is how you can learn how the Python is working. So simple variable declaration. In any other language, we have to give the data type for the variable and then only we can assign the value to the variables. But here you don't want to declare a variable as a kind of data type. You can just directly assign the value to the variable, which will automatically consider as a what type of data type it is. For example, if I giving num is equal to 5, right? So what type of data type it will be? So primitive data type is nothing but it is basic data type. So as I get one from one participant, it is integer, it's good. So
Many answers are coming up as integer for your
yeah,
question.
yeah, okay, ma'am, okay. Yeah, okay, ma'am, okay. It's good, it's good. So the participants are more interactive one. So I thank you each and everyone for the interaction. So this shows that I have assigned a value without any declaration part. So this is one major basic advantage of Python wherein you doesn't need any declaration to assign a value to the variable. So I have given a value to the variable, right? So I have to display it. So I'll use the command called print num. It just prints the value. Okay, so I have got the value, I have printed the value. I need to know what type of data type it is. So there is a command called as type as a keyword, which is used to find the type of the variable. If I give it, it shows class int. So these data types will be defined as classes, as objects in the libraries by default. Okay, so as I said before, Python is an interactive language or interpreted language, and this mode is called as interactive mode. So interactive mode is nothing but when we give the input, the next line itself we got the output. So this mode is nothing but interactive mode. Okay, so for example, if I giving x, so here I'll just make an annotation. So here, if you see, I have just assigned the value, right? So I have assigned the value. And if you want to get value from the user, right? So there is a method called for the same num. If I need to get the value, there is a method called as input. Please make a note. By default, Python will get the input as string. So well, let's see. I'm giving enter a number. I'm asking the user to enter a number. It's asking a number. If I'm giving 4, the number is got. Now let's see what it prints. I'll say what is the difference. It has printed as 4, right? So let's check the type of the num. Can you see the difference? Here, we have got it as actual number and the type we have generated as integer. But here we have not mentioned any type. So which means Python by default will consider it as a string. So this is one major thing which we have to note while coding in your Python. So that means while getting the input, if you want an integer, you just give it as input int of input of give the statement what you need. Enter a number. Now I'm getting it as 7. Okay. If I check now the type, now I'll get it as class integer. Okay. So this is one way of coding in your Python through IDLE. That is interactive mode. So the same thing can be done in your script mode. That is file. For script mode, when you open this IDE, there will be an option in the menu called as file, new file. It will open an empty screen. I'll just share the empty screen. So here you can code it, then run it and see it in the shell. So I'm giving it as num is equal to 5 print num. So when you consider C, C++, Java and all, you require hell a lot of lines to write these 2 lines of code. Is it right? But here if you see, I have given only 2 lines of code in this Python. So which makes, as I said in the advantage and the popularity, simple, more popular one. So here if you see, it is in untitled format. You have to save it. You save as, it will be saved as Python files. So that is the extension of this file will be .py. When you save a Python code, it will be its extension will be .py. As in C, it is .c. For Java, it is .java. For JavaScript, it is .js. So like that, the extension for Python is .py. So I'm giving it as simple. And if you see, it will be stored as simple.py. Now go to this option called as run. Give it as run module. So if you come to the shell window, you could see I have run the module and I've got the code as here. You can also change the code and run it. So in this, if you see, I'm adding type of num as a thing, control S it to save it. Again, if you run it, wait a minute, I have to print it. Here, give it as print. Since there in interactive mode, it's interpreted language. So which means the next line itself I will get the output. But here you have to give the instruction to the Python that you have to print the type. So print of type of num. Now save it and run it. You'll get the output. So these are the two modes which you have to consider while you start coding in Python. One is interactive mode. Another one is script mode. So these are basic data types or primitive data types as it. So let's move on with the other data type, which is float. So I'm giving it as num1 is equal to 8.9. So basically, or obviously, what data type it will be? So can I get the answer? Yeah, it's float. So it's float data type. So let's check. We'll print and see what data type it is. What value it is coming. It's showing 8.9 itself. And to know the type of the data type, we have to go for type of the variable name. So it shows class float, right? So this is about your basic data types. The next comes the advanced set of data types or the basic ones in your Python, which are list, tuple, and dictionary. Okay, so let's move on with that data types. So hope you would have known about arrays and array concepts in any of the languages what you have studied. So what is an array? Can anyone give me an explanation? What is an array? Data arranged in rows and columns, okay. Sequences, well-defined collection of objects, okay. Set of data, more than one data is okay. Yeah, linear collection. I got one good answer, collection of same data type. So it's not multiple data. So thank you for the answer. It's a collection of same data type. So that concept, if you want only integer data types, you'll use array. Float data types, you'll use array. And if you go further, if you want to use further many kind of data types, you would have used structure and union, but the memory is restricted. Python does a thing that it includes all kind of data type values into a single variable called as list. That data type is called as list, which is enclosed within a square bracket. So list will be enclosed within a square bracket. Let's see with an example. So here I am giving it as list1. Since list is a keyword to be used. So
you are sharing the output screen, sir.
Yeah. Just a minute. Sorry. So list is the keyword. So if you see that list will be shown in a different color. So don't use list as a variable. So there is a difference here in Python also. You will have keywords which should not be used as variables. So here list is a keyword. So you should not use it as a variable. So list1 I am giving. You have to define it within square brackets. Since you have said arrays are linear set of same data types. Here list will hold linear set of different data types. So let's see. I'm giving it as 8, 9.65. Hello. Is it possible? I'm asking, is it possible in C or Java or any kind of thing? It is not possible in any other language, but it is possible in Python. So let's see what it gives. It doesn't throw any error, right? I'll just clean it and I'll just open another shell and I'll run this. So I'm giving list 1 is equal to 98.76. Hello. So it doesn't throw an error. So let's check. If I give just list 1, it will display. So this is also another way of displaying your values. You no need to use print alone. If you give just a list, that variable name, it will display the value. So let's check what type of variable it is. So that means we go for type. List 1. It will show it as list. Another major similarity between arrays and lists is arrays always starts with index value 0. Here also the list always starts with index value 0. You can make any changes to the values of array. Here also you can make any changes to the values of list, which is called as mutability. The process of changing your list values is called as mutability, which means you can change the values of list at any time, anywhere. Okay, so let's check how it can be changed. So here, if you see, the index of this is 0, index of this is 1, and index of this is 2, right? So it can be the values of this, the index based values, retraction or extraction can be used like as we do in arrays. So I'm using list 1 of, if I want to change hello value, hello to hi, or hello to any other number. So this is 0th index, first index, second index. So which means list of 2 is equal to, I'm changing it to 100. It doesn't throw an error, which means list is mutable. Now if you check list 1, the value will be changed. So this property of list is called as mutability. Okay. So this is one major thing which is more usable, flexible and usable in your Python. So which can be used to process any other values. Okay, so this is one of the major concepts in your Python list. So here, one major disadvantage happens. So here I have given it as list 1. So I am giving list 2 is equal to list 1. What happens here? List 2 is equal to list 1. Can I get the answers from the participant? It's simple. Okay, I got one.
It's a error. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one answer as error. Okay, 8.76. Okay, as it will copy to the other, right? So let's check what it happens. And there is also one major thing which is to be considered here. Okay, so let's check. If I give list 2, it shows this. Now I'm changing list 1 of 1 is equal to 5. Whether it does change list 2 value also? Whether it does changes list 2 value also? I'm getting yes, no, yes, no.
Mix of answers you are getting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And yes and no, both answers we are getting.
Yeah, yeah. Let's check. So it is changed.
When
But
you go to that last line, we are not able to see actually.
yeah, okay, ma'am. I'll just
Only the
minimize
last
the
line, yeah.
the minimize it, ma'am. I'll just minimize it. Now this font size is
Thank
visible.
you. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. So this is one of the major disadvantage that you have to consider, and it can be easily done. There is no meaning of this making it so it throws an error. No need to consider or panic about it. So here, if you, what has it done is you have assigned all the values of list 1 to list 2, which means if you change any value in the list 1, the list 2 values also get changed, but it must not happen, right? For that, there is an option called as copy. So which will make a copy of it to the another variable and not the original value. So if you change any values in the first variable, it doesn't change in the second variable. And this concept is called as aliasing. aliasing. This is the concept.
I think just a suggestion, if you can just repeat aliasing
Yeah, ma'am. Sure,
once
sure.
again
Yeah,
for our
yeah,
audience. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you so
Yeah,
much.
okay, okay. Yeah, okay. So the thing is, when you copy one variable value to another variable value, it copies the address also. The variable 1 address will also be copied to the variable 2 address. So which means if you change any value in the variable 1, it also gets changed in the value variable 2. And if you don't want to happen this in variable 2, you have to use the method called as copy. And if it is happening, this concept, if the variable, if we change any value in the variable 1, and if it is changing in the variable 2 also, the concept is called as aliasing. aliasing, aliasing. And this concept has not to happen for you. So for that purpose, you use a method called as copy. So let's see, list 3 is equal to copy of list 1. Just a minute. Ma'am, sorry for the inconvenience. I'll just join, ma'am. Some network issues there.
No problem. No problem. Thank you, audience, for being there, interactive, and making this session more enjoyable. And we are getting many queries based on the certificates. I want to make it very clear. The registered email ID that you are using to register to log into the webinar, the same email ID, keep a watch on the email IDs. You will be given a form to fill in the next couple of days, maybe on the same day sometimes. So you need to fill the form. As soon as you fill the form, there will be a digital certificate with your name printed with UniAthena will be sent to your registered email ID. So every time we are getting more queries, but we need to say that you need to fill the form which is given in the registered email ID. I hope what I'm saying is clear. The form will be given to you in your registered email ID itself, where you are registering for the attending the webinar. Thank you so much for being interactive with us for this session and making it a great success. And I'm very happy that 1,000 plus learners are there who are interested in learning Python, and many questions are coming related to AI, related to Python. Also, Python is a programming language, so it is a basic language which is used in multiple platforms and developing multiple applications. Good to go, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Good to go. Good to go. So, sorry for the inconvenience, participants. I had some network issue here. So let's move on. So if you want to do, if you don't want to copy the thing, first variable value to the second variable value, and if it changes in the first variable, if it does not happen in the second variable, if it not to happen in the second variable, just do a simple thing. So I am giving list 1 is equal to 986. So this is the things which we have done. List 2 is equal to list 1 will copy. And if I change list 1 of 2 is equal to 3, it will change in list 2 also. So this is what we have seen, right? If this doesn't want to happen, okay, if this doesn't want to happen, you just do list 3 equal to list 1 of is this bracket colon, which is called as cloning. That means a copy of values will be stored in the variable which is being listed. And if you change any values in the first list, it will not change in the second list. So that is the thing which is used here. Okay, so which means list 1 is cloned to list 3. So let's see if I am changing list 1, let's check list 3. So list 3 value is this. Okay, now I'm changing list 1 of 0 is equal to 455. Can anyone say what will be the value of list 1, what will be the value of list 2, and what will be the value of list 3? Can I get the answers?
Come on, participants, text your answers in the chat window.
Same, okay. Okay, some participant is asking comment. Okay, I'll do it. List 1 is okay. List 2 is 983. Okay. So let's see. Okay, I'm getting answers. It's good. So let's check. So first, let's check list 1. So since I have changed the value for list 1, the list 1 will get changed. So list 2, since it is copied What the changes will happen in list 1 will also happen in the list 2. Now I am doing for list 3. What the value will be has come. It's 983. It doesn't change. So this way you can make copies of variables and you can change the original value which doesn't change in the duplications. So this process is called as cloning. And
So here we got a very good knowledge about once we copy the list, we are actually sending the address also.
yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that way the new list also getting the same values
Changes.
because the address is also getting changed.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When we do the cloning, the address is not passed, only the values are passed. If we are aware of some other languages, something like call by value and call by
All by
reference,
reference.
things are happening, the difference between copying and cloning. That's a
Yes,
great
ma'am.
example you have given, Manideepak sir. Very good.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So now we have seen about two concepts. One is aliasing. So I will run it and show. This set of process is called as aliasing. Okay, which means when in a list I'm giving a value, I'm assigning that list to another list and changing the list value. It will also change the values in the assigned list also. This is called as aliasing. The next concept is cloning. This is the way you will clone the list to another list, which means you are copying only the values to the another list, not the address, not the exact locations of the list. So this way
Oh,
you
sorry
can,
to interrupt you. Some
yeah,
questions are coming based on
yeah.
can we clone multiple lists? The question is coming. Can we clone multiple lists?
No, ma'am, it's not possible. Participant, only one list can be cloned to one another list. Multiple list cloning is not possible. So hope that my answer will be
Thank you. Thank you so much for that
answered.
prompt answer.
Answer. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. So this concept is called as cloning. So now in list you have understood three concepts. One is mutability, that is you can change the values in the list. Another one is cloning, which means a copy of the value only will be used and any changes in the list will not be affecting the another list. Aliasing, the whole list is assigned. If any changes happen in the previous list, it will happen in the assigned list also. So this is about list. So this is one data type which is used in Python. Okay, so I'll just close this IDE and open a new IDE to show about tuple. So the major difference between tuple and list is I'll use comment. For commenting, you can use hash. For commenting your code, line of code, you can use hash. So that's the way of commenting in your Python. Since it is simple, I'm giving it as in between the demo sessions. So list is mutable, which means changeable. Also, It is mutable. It is changeable. Okay. And also list is given within square brackets. List is given within square brackets. List values in square brackets. So this is about your list. When it comes to tuple, some people will say it as tuple. It is not tuple, it is tuple. The pronunciation is tuple. It is not mutable, which means you cannot change the values of tuple. It is similar to list, which can hold any kind of data types, but it is not changeable. It is not changeable. And tuple values are given in curly braces, sorry, parentheses. So this is the difference between list and tuple. The one major difference is square bracket. List will use square bracket, tuple will use curly braces. List is mutable, which is changeable. It is not mutable. Let's check with an example. I'm using T1 as a tuple. So T1 is equal to, you have to give it as open with a curly or parenthesis 3, 6, 8.9 high. If I give T1, it will display. And if you try to change the value of T1, for example, T1 of 2 is equal to 10. As I said before, it will throw an error. Ma'am, somebody is saying the video is not showing well. Whether my video is...
No, the video is clear only.
Okay,
and
ma'am.
the
Okay,
font
okay.
size is also proper for me. Maybe a little bit you can increase, but otherwise it is going good.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Just I will increase it, ma'am.
Yeah. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Some size. So if I give, I'm trying to change the value of a tuple. If I give it, what it throws? It throws an error. Cannot assign to a function call here. Okay. If you try to change the value of a tuple. So I have done a mistake here. Can anyone say it? I have not properly assigned the value. I have used the parenthesis. I have used the parenthesis. So let's check. T1 of 2 is equal to 10. What it throws? It throws a type error saying that tuple object does not support item assignment. So you cannot change the values of a tuple. So this is one major property. So I am saying, I'm giving you a challenge. Tuple is mutable. Can anyone come up with a solution? How tuple is mutable? I'm giving the participants a challenge. Sorry, if you change the bracket, it will not happen. Appending is also not possible in tuple. Yeah, one answer I got it as list construction. It's good. Convert the tuple to a list. No, I am asking tuple itself mutability. I'm not asking how to convert tuple to list. One answer I got. Yeah, okay. Let's check how tuple is mutable. So this is a tricky one. If at all in any interview sessions, if you go through, if you're going for a Python-based interview sessions, they will ask this question. Tuple is mutable. Can you justify? So I'll give a simple example. Take an example as T2. Okay. I'm giving it as 1. I'm using a list inside a tuple. So 2, high, comma, 3. Now I am saying T2 of 2 of, sorry, T2 of 1. Since 1 is list, 1 of 0 value as 5. Does it throw any error? It doesn't throw any error. Now let's check T2. Does it change? It has changed. This is one major property of tuple. We can say tuple is mutability. The thing is, when you use list inside a tuple, you can change, say tuple is mutable. So this one major question, all the interviewers will throw. No, it's not conditional, which means we can say tuple is mutable. So I'll just bring out comparison or a conclusion on these two topics. Then we'll move on with dictionary. So list is mutable. As I said here, list is mutable, which is changeable. And list values will be given in a square bracket. You can hold any number of values. Any number of values, any type of values in the list. Tuple is also holds any number of values, any kind of values, but the difference is it will be given in a parenthesis. And basically tuple is not mutable, not changeable. So the example what we have shown is here. It is not changeable. But tuple also can be mutable one when you use list inside it. So that means tuple is also mutable one. So hope you understand about what is the base of your Python data types. Base of Python data types. The last data type what we are going to see is dictionary. So I'll just stop it since the screen is small. So
few comments are coming in the chat window again. So I
yeah,
just
sir.
want to make it very clear what Manideepak sir was explaining is that we all know that list is mutable and tuple is immutable, and list can be used inside a tuple because the feature list has got mutability that will work inside a tuple. That's what sir was explaining now. I hope that is clear for the attendees. Few were asking to explain it once again. So I think now it is clear.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am.
Please continue.
Yeah. The next thing is dictionary. Hope you all know about English dictionary vocabulary books. So there will be in top right corner, you could see some common words or common letters. If you search for a single word and you'll go, for example, if you go for admire, so it'll go to the page A and AD, ADM. So again, it goes like that, right? So it's like the same alike as your Python dictionary where key value pairs. It will be given as key value pairs. So Python dictionary will be written within flower brackets, and it will be key value pairs. So key colon value. For that key, you have to give it as a value. Okay. And that key must be numeric, which is not mutable. So key you should not change. It is key means it's unique. So it is a unique value which you cannot change. Values can be any type and it is mutable. So your both list and tuple property is assigned here. So this is about dictionary. Since it is a basic thing, basic class of Python, how Python can be used, how Python can be installed, like that thing. So with this data type, I will stop here using in desktop application, that is desktop GUI or IDLE, that is integrated development environment tool. I'll move this on with your online platform, online tools, which is useful. So wherein it will be more interactive one. The desktop environments will have some restricted usage. There you can use it n number of times or any time, and you can delete and update the code there itself, run it and see. So with this, I will stop for this on a desktop application. So as I said before, dictionary will be used in flower brackets. It is a key value pair, which will be key colon pair, colon value. Key must be numeric and it is not mutable. Values can be of any type and it is mutable. So I'm giving a dictionary called as D. It is being 1 colon. I'm giving it as 8.9, comma 2 colon high, comma 3 colon 6. So if you want to check what type of it is, you go for the method called as type, or it throws dictionary. Now if I print it D, you will get the value like this. Okay. So this is about your basic Python data types, that is integer, float, list, tuple, and dictionary. Now, hope you have known about this tool, that is IDE, that is when you download from the Python developer site and install it, and you will get to know, get to use to this IDE, integrated development environment. So type means it's not any data type. Type means it gives the data type of actual variable what you are mentioning. Yeah, you can use words. No, words cannot be used as a keys because it is unique value. So you cannot use words as a keys. Let's try and see, and you will come to know whether words can be used as keys. So one participant asked whether letters cannot be used as keys. I'm trying and showing them. Let's check. You can use letters also as keys. But basically, why I say key must be numeric, it will make you your code more familiar, more easier to understand what you are trying to do. So key is nothing but it's an index value like that. So you can take like that. So keys also can be done with letters also. You cannot change the value of a key. So this J cannot be changed, but the value pair can be changed. For example, if I give D1 of J is equal to, I can give it as 6. It will assign. Now, if I give D1, the value will be changed, but you cannot change the J since it is unique. So hope I answered that participant's question. So one question came as, what is the use of dictionary in Python? So if you want to add more key-based kind of data to your applications, then you go for dictionary. Key value pair based kind of data, then you go for dictionary kind of thing. So colon is a syntax. Yeah, key value. To separate key and value, the colon as a syntax to be used. So I'll so I'll stop this here. Then we'll move on with the online platform tool. So when we go for online tools, so there are many compilers. If you go to Google and if you search Python online compiler, you get n number of compilers. So that compilers won't support the way one online platform supports. That one online platform is Google Colab. So I'll type in the chat box. You make a note of it. It is Google Colab. So it is Google Colab. So if you go to your Chrome, I'll share it now. So in Google, if you type Google Colab alone, you will get this page and you need a valid Google account to log in into this. Just click on this. You'll get a Colab page like this. So if you want to create a new book, you just click new notebook. So I've already created this one Python Masterclass. And it's opening. So this is a tool where you can do if any wrong things also you have done, you can change it and run it. So that is a major advantage of this online tool. Here, if you see, it will denote it as CO Colab, and your file name will be here. So when you saved it, you can comment on the code also. And if you want to connect to your drive, and if you want to get any data from your drive or upload your data from your drive, you can use this connect. So you can also share this notebook to your colleagues, also your friends. And if you want to add any comment statement, like if I am doing this is all about basics of Python. So it will give, this is all about basics of Python. And you start typing the Python code. As I said, x is equal to 5. You can also do numerical operations. If I give 5 plus 2, what the answer will be? 7. Let's check.
No answer.
Yeah, we are getting the answers, man. Since it is an online cloud tool, it will take time. So you just, after finishing the code, just give this button. So it will not display. Instead, if I give, the answer is 7. Instead, if I give print of x, it will display. Just a minute, I'll make it. I will zoom it now. Is the screen is now fully visible,
Yes,
ma'am?
it is very clear. Yeah, it is very clear.
Oh. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
One query is coming
Yeah, ma'am.
regarding the Google Colab. What programming languages are available in Google Colab other than Python? Which other programming language we can use?
Only in Google Colab, only Python is available. No other languages can be used. So that is the basic thing of Google Colab. Python only can be used. No other languages is.
Samonte
Yeah.
and for all other participants, the answer is clear. Google Colab is used
Colab
for
is
Python programming and
Python program.
Yeah, go ahead. Sir.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah, okay, ma'am. Okay.
That can be shared like any other Word document or Excel document with our group of people. Thank you
And
so
here,
much.
yeah, ma'am. And it will show whether it is running or your size of the cloud you are using. So it shows here connected to Python 3 Google compute engine backend, and the RAM size is the disk size what we are having, and the RAM size of the cloud and the disk size of the cloud. So how much size we are using. So this is also known here. So like this, there is no platform available to run your Python code with more memory efficiency one. So here it shows how much memory space it is utilized, how much disk space it is utilizing. So kind of thing it will be showing here. So as I said before, this is another platform wherein you can change the things which is you have done mistakenly some error you have made. So for example, if I'm doing X here, okay, if I run it, it will throw an error, right? So I know it, I have done a mistake here. So in if you do this mistake in IDE, you have to type the code again. Or in the script mode, you have to go and change. But here, you can change here itself. Just where the mistake happens, just change it and run it, you will get the output. So this is one of the major advantage of Google Colab, wherein the errors can be rectified then and there itself. Right? So this is one major platform available for any other kind of things. That is starting from the basics of Python till the analysis, like your data set analysis or your correlation, regression, machine learning type of analysis can also be done through this. So That much powerful online platform is Google Colab. So with another one concept, so I want to finish off this webinar wherein you come to know how well you can code in a single line of code, rather which we use for 10 to 15 to 20 lines of code to display such values. So that concept is called as list comprehension, which I do here itself. So that concept is called as list comprehension. So what is the general meaning of comprehension? Comprehension. So comprehension is nothing but, so you summarize it and get the output, get the values. Or from prose comprehension or poetry comprehension, they will be giving you a paragraph, or from that questions will be asked. So like that, here list comprehension is nothing but from a set of statement, you get the output. Right? So one such just a minute. So one such example is this. This I will do it in simple Python code also. Okay, in a single line, I have used a code to display. This concept is called as list comprehension. So this explains, I will explain it one by one. So this is a variable for letter in human. So H is each letter in human. So what will be H letters, H underscore letters? Print of H underscore letters. So it will be again a list with as single letters. Like this, you can do n number of comprehensions for n number of types. I'll go with another example. So I'm giving x is equal to, so comprehension has to be given within a square bracket. I star I for I in range of 0 to 10. I'm giving like this. So what will be the x values it will hold? X will be a list. What will be the x value?
Come on, participants waiting for your answers in the chat window. What will be the value X I will have during the for loop execution? Come on.
I got the answer 1 to 10. So let's see. Yeah, I got one correct answer. Yeah. Yeah, it's squares of 1 to 10. It's good. Here, if you see, the range is 0 to 10. It starts from 0, but it will not end in 10. Before 10 itself, it will end. So the end value is not considered in for loop. So that is the thing which you have to note it down. So here, if you see, print if I give it as X, and if I run it, I'll get it as 0 to 81. So this is about list comprehension. This if I want to do, so I'll show you. So this if I want to do in normal Python, what I would have done for I in range of 0 to 10, print I star I. I would have done like this, right? Right? But in a single line of code, I got it as a list. So this is called as list comprehension. Okay. So with another one major concept, I'll stop this. In list and tuple, there is a concept called as slicing. For example, if I give the list value as I have given like this. Okay, I have to slice it. So for example, L has to hold a value of these three values alone I have to hold from this list. That means you use an operator called as colon. So list one of the range is 0 to 0, 1, this is 2. So that means I have to go to till 3. If I give like this, if I print and see L, you will get the value of sliced value. So this is the example of slicing. As we slice the fruits and see, you will get half. If you cut an apple into half, you will get 1/2 of the apple in your hand, right? Like that, list can be splitted. So this splitting option is called as slicing, which is done through an operator called as colon. Right? So this is how you start mastering your Python language through various platforms and various tools available. I hope this basic class would have made you enthusiastic enough and made you more eager to learn about Python. And I suggest some of the sites which I will post it in the chat box. So you go through that sites to get more and more examples. To work it out on it. So these are the sites, that is W3 schools, another one program IZ, then tutorial point, geek for geeks. So these 4 will provide you n number of examples, n number of solutions to the concepts if you are a beginner, and if you're also advanced one to get into data science kind of things also. These 4 I have entered in the chat box. You may see it out. So these 4 online sites are available for you to carry out more work on Python. I hope this webinar would have been so useful one for you to carry out your career on Python, and hope I have made some impression on the participants to work it out on Python concepts. I once again thank Uniathina for providing us opportunity, and I wholeheartedly thank Shanti ma'am and her team for untiring working on it and making this webinar a grand success. And hope so I connect with another live webinar on such enthusiastic participants and topic. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Manideepak sir, for the wonderful interactive session and coding. And I'm sure that the participants got a lot of insights about Python and data types, and even for the layman people also maybe you will be able to understand because you started off with the installations and the data types, and it was very helpful for our attendees. And also you have given multiple options to work with Python, and thank you so much. As I want to again repeat, for the beginners, it will be ideally will be useful for starting off with. And later on, you can shift to Colab, Google Colab, which will be a little bit slow because that will be working online, because ideally will be working offline. Comparatively, that will do your work quickly. Now,